From my last Descent comms video, we'll be looking at the comms from number 74 up to 86. Like always, I will be referencing intel that I've discussed in previous videos, so if you haven't seen them yet, I have a playlist set up and you can find this in the description.
Bad idea.
She's brilliant.
Yeah, and she has no filter, has an asshole adopted brother. Nat loves her and would never lose tabs on her. Manny has her at the castle, but it's only a matter of time before Nat takes her back.
Fair enough. So, no Birdie and no Vic.
Fuck Vic, that guy's such a dick.
This is continuing on from the previous set of comms where Aaron Keener discusses potential recruits with Bridget Douglas. Birdie Malik is the next prospect. Aaron Keener admires her intelligence, but Bridget is firmly against bringing her in. Birdie is known for speaking without a filter, and her brother, Vikram, has a reputation for being somewhat unpleasant. But also, more importantly, Natalia Sokolova is highly protective of her, ensuring that she is never far from her influence. Although Birdie was relocated to the castle settlement after being captured from Camp White Oak, Bridget is convinced that Sokolova will eventually reclaim her back. Given these concerns, Keener ultimately decides against recruiting Birdie and Vikram.
Lauren?
Too much baggage. She would never go without Amanda, and unless you're looking to open a taco truck in Dumbo.
Aquaponics at the bridge.
Yeah. You want to set that up? Just ask Anna for schematics and raid a pet store. If you really want to start a fish farm, you don't need Lauren and Amanda. You need Mari.
You want me to recruit Manny Ortega's pregnant girlfriend?
No, I'm just saying if you want to start a fish farm, you get the expert on fish farms, and that expert is Mari Singh, who happens to be Manny's pregnant girlfriend.
The only way I see that working is if we get Manny on side first.
If you touched his woman, he would put a bounty on your head.
He can't be that insecure.
Insecure, overprotective, and has an army of agents at his disposal. That's a dangerous combo.
Next, Lauren Fong's name comes up. Keener expresses an interest in having aquaponics in his settlement, but Bridget suggests Mari Singh is a better option that he absolutely could never have. Although Mari is the brains behind the fish farm, she's also Manny's girlfriend and is pregnant with his child. Manny would unleash hell on Keener if he ever touched Mari.
What about Cindy?
What about her?
The way she took over the mortars at Coney Island. She enjoyed blowing out the black tusk with her own toys.
She did, and now thanks to Manny, she's in therapy and grounded.
Seriously? That man does not know how to spot talent.
Or he doesn't want to encourage people's bad behaviors.
Bad behaviors, necessary skill set. You say potato, I say rogue agent potential.
She's not an agent, she's a normie.
We all were.
Oh, I was never normal.
Well, we can't all be born with a golden bullet in the chamber.
Cindy McAllister, our resident drone operator who has been forced to take a step back due to making questionable choices after being involved in the conflict at the Pentagon. However, Keener, having witnessed her talents firsthand on Coney Island, would like to utilize her skill sets towards their cause. But once again, Bridget isn't convinced.
Cleaners attacked the Meret estate.
You've never crossed the bridge before.
They had help. One of Cal's hunters.
Bullshit.
He was right. He was embedded with them. His team upgraded their gear with some kind of new accelerant that burns purple.
Is Mac okay?
Yeah, Cal says agents got her out. She's at Haven. Mac's safe for now. We have bigger problems than that purple stuff.
Cleaners in Long Island is a pretty big problem.
Wright wasn't working alone. He gave the Lovebirds rogue tech.
Where the hell did he get it?
I have no idea.
We haven't really been keeping an inventory.
Maybe we should start.
Keener discusses the Cleaner attack on the Meret estate. It is confirmed that Wright is one of Calvin's hunters, and while Keener was obviously concerned about Mackenzie's safety, there were two larger concerns around this attack. Firstly, this is the first time that the Cleaners have crossed the Brooklyn Bridge into Long Island, meaning that their settlement in Brooklyn could be in danger. But secondly, the Cleaners were using rogue SHD tech. Who has been supplying them?
He's in love with you.
No, he's not.
He would take a bullet for you.
So would you.
In the shoulder, sure. Leg? I'd have to think about it.
He is not in love with me.
Bishop is obsessed with you. He thinks you're like a prophet or something.
Then he's perfect to spread the gospel of the noble rogues.
You put Bishop in charge of supplies?
Yes, he's trustworthy and loyal.
He's a fanboy.
Loyal?
I think he has a crush on you.
Don't be ridiculous.
I don't think he wants to fuck you, but he is definitely in love with who he thinks you are.
What can I say? I guess I'm a charismatic leader after all.
Are you trying to build a cult?
A community. But there's a fine line between community and cult.
And it doesn't hurt to have an acolyte to spread the gospel of Keener.
Exactly.
Rodney Bishop is someone that Keener rescued prior to what played out in Warlords of New York. It would seem that Bishop is extremely thankful towards Keener, perhaps a little too much, according to Bridget. But they both agree that having someone that extremely loyal isn't necessarily a bad thing for the community.
Billings.
No.
Really?
He is too ethical and loyal to his oath.
It's easy enough to monitor him through other people's comms.
Not the point.
What's the point?
He serves his community. Billings will take care of anyone who asks for help. He doesn't care about the politics, and all this is politics. Best case, he will convince your ops this is a bad idea and you should stand the fuck down, bend the knee, and kiss her white pantsuit before more people get killed.
Right. So, no Billings.
No Billings. Unless you want someone to talk you down and make you emotionally healthy for the first time in your life, then yes, Billings. Always get Billings.
Dr. Mitchell Billings, the psychiatrist. This was just a flat-out no from Bridget. Billings is a good man, but his dire need to provide care for people, regardless of their affiliation, could be seen as a liability in the conflict ahead. They need people loyal to their cause, not people who could potentially split the community.
What do you think of Eva?
Who?
The DJ.
Oh, I don't think anything about her. She's a kid with a podcast for extra credit.
There's potential there. She's funny.
Gross.
What?
Way too young for you, old man.
Not romantic potential. Public communications. Bishop is a true believer, but he's not an entertainer. Eva, even when she's not trying, she's brilliant. Captivating, really.
Bridget didn't even remember who Eva Garcia was, and definitely didn't see her as a candidate for recruitment. While Bishop can preach the Keener gospel, he isn't the morale booster that Eva potentially could be.
Jack?
Well, she did get tricked by the hunters and left to die, so sure. I guess there's potential there. But she's a package deal.
We'd need Jack and Mel.
And Mel comes with baggage.
When we first met Jack Arnold, she was the leader of a JTF unit called Proteus Squad. Her team was doing a supply run near Kenley College when she was given orders from Agent Brian Johnson to bring the mobile SHD server, which led to her getting ambushed by the outcasts. We now know that Johnson was the recruiter and working for Kelvin, but at the time, he had just left her there to die.
Mel sounds like an excellent asset. Sustainability expert, speculative fiction novelist, and master gardener. They can feed our bodies and minds.
Sure.
That sounds like baggage I'd be more than willing to help carry.
The stalkers?
Has anyone worth their salt not had a stalker?
It's not a compliment. A stalker is not a compliment, Keener.
And not to you.
Did you see the dossier on Mel Stalker?
Cassandra Raines? What about her?
She started a cult. They're calling themselves the Reborn.
Might be an opportunity there.
You're building a cult.
I am not building a cult. I'm just thinking it may be worth having a cult in our back pocket. Where are they located?
Louisiana, but they've been moving west since the hurricane.
Mel Arnold would bring a few skill sets to the community, but Bridget raises concerns around his baggage. Due to his writing, he has stalkers. A significant one in particular is Cassandra Raines. A huge fan of Mel's work in green and sustainable living, she is an environmental activist who organized a cult called the Reborn. While Bridget thinks this is a sign of what Keener is wanting to do with the community, in reality, he is just looking for more allies to manipulate.
She was right. You look like a hobo wizard.
Thank you.
It's not a compliment.
We should, update the scan.
What's the point? You can only fake your death once before people take out the contact, before they shoot you in the head, just to be sure.
This one actually came up in the Shades of Red season, where Keena's scan looked a little off. He suggested updating the scan, but Bridget is right. People are onto him now, and will likely remove the SHD Scantech lenses before any interesting encounters.
He's alive?
Thanks to his adorable helmet.
What's his status?
TBI, in a coma.
Who's in charge of his care?
Summers.
If he makes it a week, I'll be shocked.
He's stable, but unconscious. They're tube feeding him mush like a baby bird.
That is no way to live.
At least he's alive.
Did he deliver Faye's message?
No. And now, I'm their next target.
Bridget informs Keena that Barden Schaefer is still alive, and that after the Division attack on Coney Island, that he is in a coma. At this stage, both Faye and Schaefer were working with Keena, so he asked if he was successful in passing on Faye's message to the Division. But as we know, he hasn't woken up yet, so we're still waiting to find out what he knows that could swing the way this conflict is playing out. This list of candidates was chosen for the same reason that Manny recruited them into the castle in the first place. A thriving settlement requires more than just people who can wield a weapon. It needs to become a community. Nothing major in this set of intel to speculate on, although it's cool to see the odd piece working towards the DLC. I know a lot of you rely on me uploading these, because you may not play the Descent mode yourself, so even if I don't have much to say, I'll keep uploading them. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Extremis Mollis, Extrema Remedia.